Oh, 07 Legionnaires, and welcome aboard. Commander Cadaver here, and I hope you all had a joyous holiday season and are having a great New Year's Day. So, last week, a couple days before Christmas, there was some chatter on the OMI channel in the Legion Discord asking about raiding Odyssey settlements and how it applies to PowerPlay 2.0. People were asking things like, is it worth it? Is it fun? How does it work? Is it worth it? Yes. Is it the best way to earn merits? Probably not. But you can earn about 2 or 3 PowerPlay ranks per hour, maybe more, depending on how efficient you are. Is it fun? That's going to be subjective. The Odyssey content hasn't been really all that popular amongst commanders since it came out. FDev has improved it over the years, but it's going to be dependent upon you. Do you enjoy the on-foot content? Do you not? How does it work? That's what I want to go over today. Hopefully this video will shed a little bit of light on that and help you decide if raiding Odyssey settlements is for you. Some things to keep in mind. What I'm going to go over today is going to apply to both undermining enemy systems and also in acquisition systems. Me personally, I only use it for undermining because you are going to gain bounties. You are going to gain notoriety. In federal systems, who cares? We're Imperials. We're supposed to be wanted in federal systems. In acquisition systems, it's going to gain you bounties in Imperial space. And you don't really want that because we need to use our stations in Imperial space for conducting our business. So I tend to shy away from using it for acquisition. I stay to more legal methods unless there is an anarchy system or an anarchy settlement, in the system that we're trying to acquire. That'll be up to you as well. But enough screwing around. Let's get into the gear. So, what suit do you want to use? Obviously, the Maverick suit is going to be the best choice, simply for the carrying capacity and the arc cutter. The arc cutter makes your life a lot more simple. Not that big a deal because if you want to use one of the other suits, you can use E-breaches, which are very easily obtainable in anarchy systems. What mods to use on your suit, personal preference, really doesn't matter. I have, on my Maverick suit, I have increased sprint duration, improved battery capacity, night vision, and reduced tool battery consumption. So you got long battery life. You don't have to use your, whatever they're called, the recharger packs very much. You can use your arc cutter to get into all the doors you want, although once you have your level 3 access, it doesn't matter. And we'll go over that when we get boots on the ground. If you want to use the Dominator suit, that's going to give you more shields, more armor, a second primary weapon. Not really necessary. Maybe for starting off, if you're not very familiar with how the Odyssey content works, it may help you out. But when you get some experience under your belt and you get more proficient at it, your suit and your weapons really aren't going to matter. You can literally do it with almost anything. But anyway, the benefits with the Dominator suit are going to be increased armor and shields. The Artemis suit, the benefit with the Artemis suit is cosmetic. It's the only suit that gives you the Imperial White option. So if looking like an Imperial is important to you, go with the Artemis suit. I run the Artemis suit a lot, and that's really the only reason I do. But mostly your best bet for getting started out is going to be the Maverick suit, and that's what we're going to use today. If you don't have suits and weapons upgraded to grade 5, you're going to want to work on that because it's going to make your life a lot easier. You can do it with grade 1. It's not impossible, much more difficult, especially if you're inexperienced. Weapons are going to be completely up to you. I'm actually going to go ahead and go with the Karma C44 today. And we'll use the Zenith. So the Zenith is going to be for stripping shields. If you do trigger the alarm and the guards are coming after you, you're going to want something to strip shields. I use the Karma C44 because mine has the noise suppressor and the audio masking, so it's going to be silent indoors and outdoors. I don't know why FDev decided to separate the two. It's like noise suppressor or not. I don't know why they decided that you can be suppressed outdoors or indoor. I think this is indoors and audio masking is outdoors. Don't ask me why they separated it. They're FDev. They do what they do. But if you want to go loud, that's perfectly viable too. If you don't want to sneak around and do, the black op type operation, you can do whatever you want. It's just going to be dependent on how good you are. Like I said, you'll get to a point where you can use pretty much anything you want with a little practice. Oh, we're going to do that again. Okay. If you get this little ticking in the background, sometimes that happens. It gets stuck. The way that I found to fix it, go back into your loadouts. Go back to manage loadout. Select a different suit. Don't equip it. Just select it and go into cosmetics. Right back out again. And it'll be gone. Bugs in the game. I know, right? All right, so you'll start off by checking the orders in the OMI channel under PP objectives. For this week, we have the undermining targets. Don't just pick a system at random. I know this is all over the Legion Discord to stick to the orders. If you just go and just pick random systems to go work in, at worst, you're going to waste your time because it's not going to do anything towards Legion objectives. I'm sorry, at best, it's going to be a waste of your time. At worst, you might actually help the enemy because you might help them get rid of systems that they don't want. So whatever department you work in, OMI, OCOR, Edge Fleet, whatever department you like to work in the Legion, please stick to the posted orders for that department. Our leadership is really good at deciding where we need to focus our efforts to further our objective. Trust them, stick to the orders. Please and thank you. We are doing this in real time. I won't be cutting or editing the video because I just don't have the time or the energy. So bear with me. If you want to scrub through the video, through the flight times, things like that, feel free. So go ahead and go into the galaxy map, go to the system that you're going to work in. You can take a look here and see what factions are in the system. Here's the Fed faction that we probably want to hit the most. Here's an independent one. Just don't work against an Imperial faction. Here's your listing of Odyssey settlements. Just choose one. Okay, now one thing I forgot, most important, before you leave the station, you're going to want to be in a stronghold or a fortified system. Go to contacts and go to your power contact. Come down to collect. So for undermining, you're going to want to pick up tracker malware. You can only get, like right now I can get 10 every half hour. I think it's dependent upon your PowerPlay rank. Whenever I have a chance, I just go ahead and grab 10 more. Injection malware is if you're going to do in acquisition systems. Like I said, I tend to not use this method for that, so I don't pick up the injection malware. But pick up your tracker malware. This is what you're going to upload into the data ports. We're also going to be downloading from the data ports. But keep in mind, downloading data and picking up PowerPlay items from the settlements is not going to work towards undermining the system, because you don't get the merits until you turn them in back at your stronghold or fortified system. So you're actually getting the merits for the turn-in system. But uploading the tracker malware gives you the merits instantly. So that's what's going to give us our progress towards undermining the system. All right, so we have our tracker malware, we have our suit, we have our weapons. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Your choice of ship is not going to matter, because all your ship is a mode of transportation. So you can literally use any ship you want, because it's just a lander. Now, where your ship of choice does matter is when you start gaining these bounties. They are going to start sending bounty hunters after you. And again, when you're in the federal systems, you can go ahead and kill those bounty hunters, because we don't care about gaining bounties in federal systems, right? But they will follow you into Imperial space. And if you kill a bounty hunter in Imperial space, you're going to get an Imperial bounty because you killed a clean target in Imperial space, because the bounty is issued in the system where you committed the crime. So even if it's a federal target, if it's clean, you're still going to get a bounty for killing in an Imperial space. So be mindful of where you are when you decide how to handle bounty hunters. I don't really agree with the way FDev has decided to handle crime and punishment. I have a lot of complaints about it, but my opinion is not even worth a bag of wet farts to them. So we have what we have to work with. And I screwed that up like a damn rookie. I'm still getting used to using SCO drives. I have not been using them for very long, so I haven't worked out the timing on deactivation without blowing past your target. Pardon me. I've been trying to... I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and it's taking forever to kick the last little bit of it. So, apologize for that. Again, if I had more time, I would edit the video and cut these parts out. I just simply don't. So, like I said, feel free to scrub past it and get to the important parts. You won't hurt my feelings at all. I'm not even going to know you did it.
Orbital flight engaged.
Now, if you're super stealthy and really skilled, you can pull this off without killing any of the settlers, and you won't get the bounties or the notoriety. I'm probably that good. I'm not that patient. I actually want to be speedier than... I don't want to have to sit there and wait for a guard to walk past a door that I'm trying to get into, or, you know... I just want to get in, do what I'm doing, get out. So I just kill whoever's in my way. Again, they're feds. I really don't care about the bounties. So that part's going to be up to you as well. Now, some of the larger systems are going to have... Oh, yep. Awesome. Very skilled pilot here. Thank you very much. Some of the larger systems are going to have anti-air defenses. And that's where an SRV is going to come in very handy, because you can park, I think it's 1,500 meters away. You can land your ship and drive in with the SRV, and you won't have to worry about the guns. But these smaller systems, or I keep saying systems, these smaller settlements are not going to... We can touch down now? Thank you. They're not going to have any anti-air defenses. You're not going to have to worry about it. All right. When you disembark from your ship, don't forget to grab your e-breeches if you're not using a Maverick suit. And also, you have to grab your tracker malware. It does not auto-populate because it's an illegal item. There's going to be a minimum of 3 data ports. The larger settlements can have up to 6 data ports. So just know the layout of the settlement that you're working in and grab enough items. If you're not familiar with jumping through low gravity like this, you can maintain a sprint speed without burning through your stamina, so you can maintain sprint speed forever. Now, what I always do first thing is go for the power center or the operations center, because what you want as soon as you can get it is your level 3 access. So either cut or e-breach your way in. In the power center, the technicians always have level 3. The operations center, they always have level 3 as well. All right, we've got our level 3 access. Next, you're going to want to locate the settlement alarms and disable them, because if you try to upload or download from the data ports without turning the alarms off, it's going to set the alarm off. So here's our first data port. You can use, once you have your level 3 access, you can use a console, terminal, whatever you want to call it, to find where the data ports are located. We are also going to use one to locate the PowerPlay containers. I'll show you that in just a second. So, first thing, you can see that, give me a cursor. You can download or you can upload. We're going to do both. So first we're going to download. This is what you're after. Anything with the name, with the word power in the name. These are what you're going to turn in back at your fortification system or your stronghold system to get the good merits. This is where most of your merits are going to come from. This is how you're going to rank up fast using this method, is the download data. The upload data, you're going to get some merits, not a lot, but the upload is the only way you're going to progress the undermining or the acquisition progress. Okay, now we'll hit the upload, and here's your tracker malware. You can only do 1 per data port, and unfortunately it takes 60 seconds. So for the purposes of this video, I'm only going to do this one. I won't do the other two because I don't want to drag this out any longer than I have to. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. There you go, 148 merits. I've gotten 172 before. I don't know what dictates how many merits you're going to get. I don't know if it's how far away from the fortification system you are. I'm not sure what that's based on. But I was working another system last week where I was getting 172 per upload. This system I'm only getting 148.
This is nothing!
All right, we'll come over here to the terminal. So, got kind of a bad angle here, but here, let's get over here where we can see what we're doing. All right, so we're in the power center right now. Here in the power center, there's the power data port. We already hit that one. I knew where it was because I've been to this settlement before. But this is how you can find it. You can go through all the different parts of the facility and figure out where the ports are. Also, what you can use this for is to find the PowerPlay containers. Every settlement, no matter what size, is going to have 2 PowerPlay containers. No more, no less. Go ahead and target one. It'll show you where it's at on... I'm pointing, like you can see what I'm pointing at. It shows you on your little compass where it's at. But you also want to target it because it's going to give you the key code to open it. It will not give you the key code if you don't have the proper access. I don't think you need level 3 to do this. I get level 3 because then you have free run of everything, all the doors, all the consoles, everything. You have access to everything with level 3. So that's why I always go for level 3. That's why I always hit the power center or the what do you call it? The operations center. Oops. So using silenced weapons, you just kind of just have your way with these. So right here, 2347, 2347. And then just take all the items. These are also going to give you merits when you turn in back at your stronghold or fortification system. It's usually somebody in here. This one's only got 1. Sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 2. It's completely RNG. Another thing you also want to look for is if you don't have your suits and weapons upgraded yet, sometimes there's data in here that you need for upgrading. You can also go to all the different lockers and things like that and get materials for upgrading your suits and armor. So you can work on the 2 simultaneously if you need to do that. Now, I didn't upload the tracker malware in that last one. Like I said, I'm not going to do it for the sake of time. But then here's the 3rd data port. Where did he come from? Didn't even see where he came from. But yeah, you can check these lockers, see if there's items that you need for your upgrades. If you're using the Maverick suit, you can cut these open, see if there's anything in there that you need. And then again, I would do the upload here, but apparently he heard something. But after you've... Oh, there's one more. There's one more PowerPlay container. I forgot to target it, so I didn't get the code. But again, in the interest of time, I'm just going to skip it for now. But 3 to 6 data ports, 2 PowerPlay containers. After you've done all that, you can go back to your ship. If you're an immersive player like I am, and you want the realism, you can then select another settlement, go fly to that one, hit that one. You can fly around, hit all the settlements you want. If you're, excuse me, if you're an efficient player, then just go to Super Cruise, drop back into the same system. It'll be reset, and you can hit it again. And you just keep doing it over and over and over. That's going to be the most efficient way. But that starts to get a little boring for me. I tend to not do it that way. But after you're done, after you've used up all your tracker malware, after you've collected to your heart's content, go ahead and head back and do your turn-in. So the more you do this, the more you hit certain settlements, you'll start learning all the different layouts. You'll learn the locations of all your data ports. You'll start developing your own routines, what works better for you. You know, your routes to take to make it, you know, the fastest run possible. You'll develop your own routine, and this will become a breeze. And then it'll get faster and faster, and you'll start getting more and more merits. Like I said, for an hour's worth of work, you can get anywhere from 2 to 4 ranks. So it's pretty good. I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. I know there's some other people that have been dabbling with it. For me, it's just a lot more fun than hauling rares back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you're a cargo pilot and that's what you enjoy doing, fantastic. You know, do what you enjoy. For me, I can do it for a little while and it just gets too boring. So, this is a little more fun. This just kind of gives you like a Spec Ops Navy SEAL kind of feel to your gameplay. I enjoy it. I know, like I said earlier, the Odyssey content has not been overly popular with a lot of commanders, but there are those that do get something out of it, do get some enjoyment out of it. So all I can say is just give it a try. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot and see if it works for you. And if it doesn't, then go do what you do enjoy doing.
Request approved. Please continue to Bay 07. Meters from touchdown.
All right, once you're on the deck, you go back to the power contact,
Docking is completed.
and you'll do your turn-ins.
Systems.
So here's everything that we collected. All the items, the data, whatever you collected from the system is all going to be down here. Just go ahead and start turning it in. We got one experiment prototype. That's going to be 82 merits. Not a lot, but if you hit multiple systems in a run, these are going to start stacking up, and you're going to be turning in, 3, 4, 9. However long you stay out, the more you're going to have. I'm sorry, the longer you stay out, the more you're going to have. So 1 for 82, not a lot. 2 for 82. But here's where the data is where the big merits are. We got 3 association data. They're 216 apiece. So we're getting 648 for that. Like I said, if you hit multiple settlements before you come back, you're going to be turning in thousands. You're going to get merits, thousands of merits for your turn-ins. And I usually get 1 to 2 ranks for every run because I tend to stay out for a couple hours. If I have the time. So you can see how there is a maximum that you can turn in each week. That's what this 832 is. You can turn a maximum of 832. If you can collect more than 832 in a week, you have a lot more time than I've got. But that's what those numbers are. I have 0 of 897. That's what these mean. But you can see how those numbers can stack up pretty quickly. But I've been doing this, like I said, for a couple of weeks. I do have some bounties. I've pissed off a few people. Every now and then, I will cook off my notoriety and go pay off my bounties just because, maybe I want to do something in that system that I can't do with the bounty. My notoriety is pretty much always at 10. I don't care. I kind of like living at notoriety 10. It makes you live with your choices. Instead of like, oops, I got a bounty, I'll go pay it off. No big deal. Clean slate. I like to have to suffer the consequences, so to speak, so I just stay at notoriety 10 unless there's something I need to do where the bounty is getting in the way, and then I'll stay logged on overnight because it takes 2 hours to cook off 1 point of notoriety. So this is 20 hours of being logged into the game. So I'll stay logged on when I go to bed, let that cook down. Go to work the next day, come home, and then I can pay off my bounties and do what I need to do. But that has nothing to do with what we're covering today. I just kind of threw that in there. But that is basically the ins and outs of raiding Odyssey settlements for PowerPlay 2.0. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. I don't think I forgot anything, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out either in-game or on the Discord. I have Discord on my phone, so even if I'm at work, I can answer your questions. Imperius Magnus is also an ace at this method, so you can reach out to him as well. And, we're here to help. So hopefully that helped you, drummed up a little interest. Maybe we can get a few more people working on this method and maybe put some strike teams together, because the more people you have hitting the system, the faster it can go towards undermining or acquisition. But that's going to do it for today. So thanks for joining me. See you around the black. And until then, keep rocking and fly dangerous.